Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze may be infamous for its difficulty, but between the creative levels and, let's face it, many deaths that you'll experience, the game also features a lot of allusions, references, and yes, Easter eggs. They range from the obvious to the obscure, and we'll be running down every single one we know about. First off, at the end of Canopy Chaos, use Cranky's Pogo Bounce to hop to the top of these platforms. Hey, it's a gramophone! Now ground pound next to it, and... this gramophone seems to be similar to the one DK smashes in the intro of Donkey Kong Country. Oddly enough, this is also the only egg we found that relates directly to the DKC series on the Super Nintendo. But there are some references to the Donkey Kong arcade games. Just like in Returns, in the K-Tempo levels, some of the columns have glyphs that closely resemble the girders from Donkey Kong. Now that game gets referenced all the time, but check this out. In the background of Fruity Factory, you can see a spray gun lying on a crate, and further back, vines and beehives. So could Juicy Jungle be the same island where Donkey Kong 3 took place so long ago? But believe it or not, that's not even the most obscure reference. Just before the credits roll, we see the Kongs rocking out. Now all of these instrument choices are pretty obvious, except why exactly is Cranky playing a bass? This seems to be a reference to Donkey Kong's Fun with Music, a game that was announced in a Japanese gaming magazine in 1983, but was never actually released. The gorilla that would later become Cranky Kong plays a bass here as well. Now that's it for direct references to classic DK games, but Tropical Freeze also throws shoutouts to a few other Nintendo series. In the plane-wrecked background of Busted Bayou, we see that Samus's gunship seems to have also crash-landed in the Lost Mangroves, and in Sawmill Thrill, you'll probably miss it if you jump for the bananas, but splash down right here and... huh, what do those look like? It's a gaggle of ducks from Duck Hunt. But that's not the only NES game referenced. At the end of Trunk Twister, hop into the water and check out the side of this plane. That symbol closely resembles the P-Wing from Super Mario Bros. 3. And in the background of Frosty Fruits, there's a wooden tank with a large cannon. It looks just like the tanks in Bowser's Fleet, which also first showed up in Mario 3. If you've persevered through most of the game, you know that the entire 6th world takes place on the frozen Donkey Kong Island. But the extreme difficulty of these levels means that it's easy to miss some of the cool details. Most notably, Homecoming Hijinks seems to be taking place directly in front of the first level of Donkey Kong Country Returns. DK's treehouse at the beginning is hard to miss, but you might not have noticed these stone statues, which spit out bananas in Returns, or this landmark from the first time you shot into the background. The very end of Aqueduct Assault features a giant statue of the arcade Donkey Kong. This was also seen in Returns, but there it was holding a Wii remote. This is a whole new system, so now he hoists a Wii U gamepad with a picture of his son. A level in Returns had this strange robot, which fans have dubbed AI. He makes another appearance in Frozen Frenzy, though it appears the low temperatures haven't been kind to him. But he's still better off than our final Easter egg. In Returns, there was a very challenging rocket barrel level, where you were pursued by a giant bat. He shows up again in Blurry Flurry, frozen solid in a block of ice. So that's it for this Easter egg wrap-up. If there are any fun references we missed, make sure to let us know. I do want to give a huge thank you to the DKVine.com forums for helping me to pull all this information together. Don't forget to throw a subscription our way for more gameplay, reviews, and analysis. And if you'd like to see our extended impressions of Tropical Freeze in sort of a podcast-like format, here's a link to that. And if you'd like to see us play through Donkey Kong Country, here is a link to that. Thanks a lot for watching!